A Man's Dating Guide 1. Chapter 1. A Man's Dating Guide. Go out and have fun. I read all this crap online about MGTOWs, incels, red-pilled men, etc. Look at your face. Do you look happy? Does your body look healthy and decent? Do you wear clean clothes? Go out anywhere and have fun. Go out to any dance bar, disco, or country bar not to pick women up but to have fun. Have a few drinks. Dance for fun, not an agenda. Do whatever it is you do for fun. People are attracted to people enjoying life, not to morose guys on YouTube talking about how women suck. Day game, the idea. Day game is the same idea that women use used by men. You always go out anywhere with the expectation that you might bump into Miss Wonderful, so you look clean, nice, and groomed anywhere you go, and you go to places where opposite sex people might be because you might meet someone there. It could be a supermarket, park, church, volunteering at a pet shelter. Anywhere. If you look good, people will approach you. henrymacau.com/men_who_get_women_1.html, a man who cowers to no one. He's as plain as day. Don't waste your time chasing women. Do what you were born to do in your true nature given by God. If there are any worthy women out there, they'll find you. I don't like to plagiarize. Here is his page verbatim. Fulfillment for a man comes from discovering what he was born to do, and doing it. God has given every man a mission. A man becomes a man when he finally believes in himself, and doesn't put any man or woman above him. These men don't need women, except to help them fulfill their mission. They are the real men real women want. Like a Zen koan, men who get women don't need them and don't want them. They aren't pretending. They don't want them and they don't need them. Test this formula in reverse. Are women attracted to men who adore them? Temporarily maybe. But ultimately, women don't want to be idealized. They want to be seen and loved for whom they really are. A real woman is somewhat passive by nature. She looks to her husband to give her purpose. So she doesn't want to be his purpose. This wisdom has come too late to help me. In spite of being bright and relatively successful, I squandered my romantic life as the poster boy for needy. I was programmed by the mass media and education to regard sex and love, especially sex, as the prerequisite for my personal development. I was taught that these were the highest experiences life had to offer. In other words, I was inducted into an occult secular religion which required a woman. Popular culture programmed me for failure. It taught me to idealize attractive women, to worship the goddess within, to need them to validate me. At the same time, women were programmed to think they were more unique and important than they really were. In heterosexuality, women empower their husbands by exchanging their worldly power for his power expressed as love. Men want power, women want love. Marriage is an exchange of the two. See my book Cruel Hooks. A woman does not respect a man she can control. But, women were retrained to seek power instead and emasculate men. Attractive women were rarely portrayed in a negative light in movies or on TV. On the contrary, the rule was sex appeal equals moral superiority. If an unattractive person was cast, the chances were he was a bad guy. All of this is still true. No wonder I pursued chimeras. No wonder my marriages were built on delusions. Let's see this in a larger context. The modern world is not dedicated to realizing the intentions of the mysterious force that created the universe. It is not based on discerning the inherent natural and moral laws that ensure our healthy development. Rather, modern society is dedicated to the limitless greed of a tiny cabal of psychopaths. It is based on using deception and hype to cheat man and God. A highly organized satanic power, the Illuminati, want to suppress any notions of universal purpose and design. They want to demoralize and degrade the human race in order to colonize us. They are behind all Western imperialism, And now, with the NWO, imperialism is coming home to roost. They use sex to distract people. Sex is a reproductive function. Nature gave it some charm and urgency to ensure it happened. Instead of a short mating and procreative stage, the Illuminati have turned sex into a lifelong obsession designed to make us stupid. Most sexual perversion stems from making sex an end in itself separate from procreation, love, and marriage. The trend toward promiscuity and family breakdown, portrayed as progress, was planned by the Illuminati decades ago. In Aldous Huxley's novel Brave New World, 1932, monogamy is a selfish perversion. Bonding is a crime. The words mother and father are obscenities. Life begins on an assembly line that starts with the fertilization of conscripted eggs. Babies are brainwashed for 12 years, by endless repetition of state-approved axioms. This is the world we are entering as the Illuminati take away our toys but leave us our pills, Viagra, Prozac, Soma. We are becoming zombies with 6-hour erections. Men who get women. So long as the love, even the smallest, of man toward woman is not destroyed, so long is his mind in bondage as the calf that drinks milk is to his mother. Buddha. When I was young and full of religious zeal, I considered becoming a monk. I decided against it, comparing myself to a hamburger cooked on only one side. As long as I craved feminine love and sex, I wasn't ready. But now I'm 68, happily married after 3 unsuccessful tries. Having put in countless hours of lovemaking and studying the female, I can say with confidence that sex and romance are mostly a matter of hormones and mental programming. Anonymous sex is a facsimile for love, pursuing an elusive goal by imitating the act of love. It is dehumanizing and degrading. Its normalization is a sign of our satanic possession. Sex is meaningful only as an expression of a loving bond between a man and woman. But, men don't need women or sex to fulfill themselves. They only need them to realize they don't need them. Love grows over time when a man and woman trust each other for companionship, understanding, and support. The other kind of love is worship, and that is reserved for God alone. HenryMakow.com, Advice to Young Men. Henry Makow wrote this article. I believe young men should read it to realize that you've been sold a lie like I was. I was pressured to be a conformist clone, but I was strong enough in the era before the internet to figure it out and realize everything is a lie except my need to earn money. Beyond that, the world does not get my soul. What I wish I knew when I was 21. Avoid women who exhibit any of the 4 Cs, women who compete, control, criticize or complain. Avoid women who are overachievers or neurotic. Don't get hung up on unavailable women. They're not as special as they think. Choose a wife who compliments you and is a good companion. Choose one who will be a good mother. My life was dysfunctional until the age of 50, partly because I accepted the feminist assumptions purveyed by the mass media. I never imagined the financial elite is engaged in a war to destabilize society by trashing heterosexual roles. This hateful government attack on the traditional family continues unabated today. The purpose is to create a totalitarian new world order where people are isolated, and mind control replaces jackboot. Like millions of men, I was let off the hook by sexual liberation and feminism. Instead of becoming a husband and father, I was free to have sex and search for my identity. Often sex and identity were confused. I didn't understand that men mature and find direction and purpose by assuming the responsibility of marriage and family. As a result, I suffered from arrested emotional development and missed my opportunity to have a family. What follows is an antidote to elite feminist propaganda. I don't want young men to make the same mistakes I did. 1. The creation of a strong and loving family is perhaps the highest goal to which a man can aspire. This is the natural process by which men, and women, grow over a lifetime. This is how we find love and intimacy. It isn't for everyone, but it is the path to happiness for most. 2. Stop listening to the media, your peer group or parents. Trust thyself, Emerson says in Self-Reliance, 1841, whoso would be a man, must be a nonconformist. What are your instincts telling you? For example, I always knew I wanted to rule my own roost, but feminism prohibited this. Obey your instincts. 3. Make work, not women, your passion. Work is the backbone of a man. Men gain self-confidence from performing a task well, and receiving reward and recognition. Women may try to come between a man and his work, but don't let them. Don't let anyone or anything thwart your gift. Women do not respect men who make them their first priority. Your work will keep you on course and help you avoid temptation. 4. Don't mistake sexual attraction for love. Our society makes female beauty and sex into a phony religion in order to distract and manipulate us. Sex and beauty soon become tedious. The magic ends. Do not marry someone based on sexual infatuation. Real love develops over a long period of time and is based on mutual dependence, trust, and caring. 5. Do not put beautiful women on a pedestal. There is no relationship between a woman's appearance and her character. Beautiful women are flawed like everyone else. They're more trouble because of their sense of entitlement. 6. Never show weakness. In courtship, don't appear eager. Women interpret this as weakness. Keep your dignity. Nothing earns her respect quicker than rejection. Men think they will be loved for their sterling qualities. This is not so. Women are looking for men who make them feel secure. They want men who exude confidence. If you're insecure, remember there are many women more insecure than you. 7. The best way to fight sex addiction is to get married. Sex without love is degrading and dehumanizing. Sexual liberation is not wanting sex, because you have it. Sex is used to distract and sell us. People wouldn't be sexually frustrated if they got married at a young age as they did in the 1950s and started families. Women should marry and have kids before going to university, men after beginning their careers. 8. Do not marry a woman who doesn't make you and her family her first priority. Do you want to share your wife with her boss? If you have an aim in life, why marry someone who doesn't support it? Or has a competing agenda? In the marketplace of love, men have the power. Our fertility lasts 3 times as long as theirs. We are the buyers. There are plenty of fine women, especially if we look abroad. 9. Real women are self-effacing. They put their husbands and their children before themselves. This is how women show love, by self-surrender. Avoid the 4 Cs. Women who compete, control, criticize or complain. Avoid women who are overachievers or neurotic. Don't get hung up on unavailable women. They aren't as special as they think. Choose a wife who compliments you and is a good companion. Don't look for your female counterpart. Choose one who has skills and qualities you lack and will be a good mother. 10. Being possessive is natural. A man wants to possess a woman. Women want to be possessed. In the act of love, we say a man possesses a woman. Total love equals total possession. This is not the same as domination. It is a partnership based on mutual trust and respect. My wife does not share my political views or read my website. 11. Your seed, semen, is your unique spirit and essence. Would you entrust it to a vulgar or mediocre woman just because she is attractive? Ideally, we would only have sex with a woman we would want to mother our children. This is why sex was reserved for marriage. 12. Children represent your organic growth. They are an extension of yourself. The media is doing a number on us. How often do we see children portrayed in a truly positive light? As the angels they often are. We are rich in proportion to the things we love. The highest love is between husband and wife, and parents, and children. 13. Don't waste your time looking for God. We find God by serving and obeying Him. God speaks through our sense of right and wrong, and ideals of absolute truth, justice, and love. We are not men if we refuse to sacrifice ourselves to God, i.e., obey. Truth is liberating even if the truth is about our present bondage. 14. You are not the voice in your head. We cohabit with the monkey. Don't be deceived or upset by how mean and vulgar his thoughts often are. They're not you. You are a spark of divine consciousness housed in the body of an evolved ape. Your job is to train the ape by training the shared mind. Some of this was common knowledge when I was a child in the 1950s. Over the years, the Illuminati have gradually undermined the natural order by promoting homosexuality, which includes sexual liberation and lesbianism in the guise of feminism. An establishment that sows fear and confusion between the sexes, and promotes promiscuity and family breakdown, does not have the country's best interest at heart. Many of our feminist political, cultural, and economic leaders are moral whores, dupes, traitors, and often worse. We resist them by building strong, healthy families and giving our children wholesome values. No More Mr. Nice Guy, book by Robert Glover. I don't understand all this crap going around like the No More Mr. Nice Guy thing, which is the name of a book by Robert A. Glover. The premise is silly. It goes against my Christian and natural beliefs. He says be a nice guy and you get treated like a doormat. He says show her who's boss. Be a real man and she'll admire you. I say there are decent women who want decent men and will love them for it. There is a book review at thepowermoves.com/no-more-mr-nice-guy. The idea is that nice guys seek approval for identity. I don't agree with that. I'm a nice guy, but my identity is me, period. I'm polite when with people, but I don't take crap or shit from anyone. I don't fight or argue, I just walk away from disgusting people. That's why I do not buy the premise of the book, which assumes that niceness equals weakness. It doesn't. Niceness is common sense and Christian. There are loads of guys nowadays trying to sell information telling guys to be manipulative jerks in order to get chicks and get rich. They're all assholes. thepowermoves.com/no-more-mr-nice-guy. yourpdfs.com/no-more-mr-nice-guy-PDF. Chapter 2. Dating Advice for Men. Dating Advice for Men. Be personable. Don't move too fast. Don't try for sex at all. Be a gentleman. Take initiative. Women will not make the first move 95% of the time. Keep her safe by meeting in public. Go somewhere that you can talk, not a loud place or a movie. Call her to confirm just before the date. Clean up. There is confidence and macho arrogance. Be polite. Turn off your phone. Keep the conversation light but be real. If you think the human race is under a Zionist conspiracy, say so up front. Avoid talking sexy. Drink very little alcohol. It doesn't prove anything but fear. Compliment her in a real way. Try to be easygoing. Be open. Don't try to be too cool as though you're really a spy and have a big other world going on. Get her home. Pay the cab up front. Let her get frisky first. Be honest. No lies about how fascinating you are. Don't play games. You either really like her and tell her that or don't. Don't lead her on if you don't love her. If you do, text her to say you liked the date and would like to do it again. Plan your date out. Be attentive to your date. Put the needs of your date above yours. Make sure she's comfortable and happy. Pay attention when she's talking. Follow up with your date if you like her. Give a call to let your date know you had a good time. Don't make uninvited physical advances. Don't make unwanted moves on your date. Don't kiss and tell. Relationships are private. If you are not interested, have the courage and courtesy to tell her so. Let the dress suit the occasion. Keep it simple. Don't look outrageous. Never wear much jewelry. Avoid looking odd, but otherwise, be plain. Use a little cologne. Practice oral hygiene. Brush your teeth. Use a spoon to scrape your tongue. Use gum and mints. Shave daily. Keep your beard or mustache trimmed. Hair should be neat and simple. Wash your hair thoroughly. Clip your nails. The only occasion to not leave a tip is if the service was bad. Tip discreetly. Restaurants. 15% is customary. If service was stellar, tip 20%. Leave your tip in cash. Valet. $1 or $2 for most automobiles. Hotel staff. Bellhops should get $1 to $2 per bag. Do Western men hate Western chicks? According to rusehv.com and guysnightlife.com/guys-giving-dating-American-women, Western women are spoiled, uppity bitches expecting to land a handsome, muscular, rich guy who will be monogamous. They get these ideas from pop culture, but after 30, when they're still single, they get real and desperate. Western society tells a woman to keep it for marriage while telling her to be a sexy vamp through music videos, Elle magazine, etc. Most Western women in public are glued to their cell phones either because of insecurity or they have no identity to start with. They're not all bad. There are good and bad women everywhere. They say it's too hard to chase Western women because they play games like they're so special. Their solution is to go to a foreign country and find a foreign, but all these women got smartphones now. They're all brainwashed too. I saw the sly gold diggers in Thailand and Russia who know how to compliment men. It's just the way it is. For the heart of gold in the bunch. Chapter 3. Men's Dating Ideas 1. YouTube video, What is Wrong with Women These Days by Mark Pascio. The video is almost 2 hours long. Mark Pascio, a short guy, rants on why women are so picky and rejecting of men. No man is good enough. Some women, not all, are taught by fathers and mothers that they're exceptional princesses, with the result being that the young woman rejects all suitors, and if she dates guys and brings them to her parents, they find flaws in the guy. The woman who wants to be taken care of by the guy. We live in a capitalist pop culture world where everything is about money. It's not about how good your moral character is, how creative, inspired or funny you are, or how loving you are. There are many common terms like marrying up, gold diggers or hypergamy. There is actually a word called hypergamy which means marrying up in material class. Women equate money with value. The average, unenlightened girl wants to know what a guy does for a living, not how interesting he is. Watch the E! Network, which has Kardashian, celebrity, and money shows. That network is about brainwashing you to be envious of excessive materialism and want to imitate it. There is no other reasonable purpose for all them shows. I was watching the TV show The Housewives of New Jersey. Several middle-aged women were reflecting on their youth. One said, "Remember when we were young? We all thought we were going to get married and be taken care of. Now in middle age, many are divorced, one has a husband in jail. They all work." I think TV world warps women's minds into thinking that they deserve a guy who will give them everything they want. When you get a guy with money, he's usually a dull workaholic, so he's no fun. The Cyndi Lauper song says money changes everything. Why can't two people be naturally attracted to each other and like each other? Seeking.com/hypergamy. girlschase.com/content/r-all-women-slaves-hypergamy. Men chase money in order to attract women. Henry David Thoreau, way back in the 1840s, said most men live lives of quiet desperation. I listened to his audiobook Walden for free on LibriVox.org. He figured it out back then that the pursuit of money at the expense of pursuing what you naturally like to do destroys men's souls. Sex as money. When a woman marries a guy for money, there will be no real love because it's basically a business deal. The sex, romance, or love will never be good. The woman will use her naked BDY and vagina as a weapon, like, I give you sex after you give me money, buy me stuff, do what I want. These relationships rarely last a long time. When the now deceased celebrity Anna Nicole Smith married the old guy, that was a reasonable relationship because it was obviously about his money for her affection. It was such an obvious mismatch that there was no room for pretense but for younger people. When the 20-ish girl picks some dull guy because he's a lawyer, doctor, etc. but not because she's naturally attracted to him, I think it's never cool to not live true to yourself ever. What about all them gold diggers on them Real Housewives shows? They look happy not having to work, spending their husband's money while these guys are pussy-whipped beta males, afraid to tell them to go screw themselves. In the Beverly Hills show, the old alcoholic lawyer seems happy that he married the young cocktail waitress. She spends his money hand over fist. He's not stupid. He knows it. He's happy with the deal. In the end, I think it's all insincerity. If you want to live off someone else's money and be a wimp in life for not going your own way, you lose your dignity in the end. But in today's world, money beats self-respect hands down. The disconnect in finding each other attractive analyzed by gender. In surveys where people are shown photos of people of the other gender, men generally said the women in 80% of the photos they looked at were attractive. Women said that 20% of the photos of guys they saw were attractive. Women are so much more picky than men. It's just the way it is. Expect to be rejected. Women are hopelessly hooked on height in males. Money attracts women to men, but so does height. Women rate height at about the same level as money. This makes any man under 6 foot in height at a disadvantage in attracting women. Hypersexualization of women while being slut-shamed, method of control, keep it in, no healthy sex life. In real life, sex is natural and healthy. You should start to desire it as you pass puberty. In the media, women are objectified as sex objects and used to sell almost everything. At home, in school, and in church, women are taught that men are aggressive, evil people who want sex. Women are taught to keep it in, save it for marriage, have sex as your wifely duty. Virginity is held up as a great virtue. In sex education class, we're taught that sex is risky because of STDs. There are rape and statutory rape cases on TV all the time. They teach women to be afraid of sex and hate it. There are so many words to slut-shame women like slut, floozy, hoe, whore, prossy, hooker, siren, skank, etc. but none for men. Many women can't have an orgasm. They don't want you to have a healthy sex drive and be natural about it. They say dress sexy while saying save it for marriage. It's a mess for women. Chapter 4. Men's Dating Ideas 2. Feminism makes women cold. Go to any college with a gender studies programs, then watch the graduate students in that flaky field. They're all loud, man-hating bitches. They teach the naive undergrads that men are bad. Why is it that most feminists are fat, ugly, and / or lesbian? Be an individual. Do what you want. Live your life. Don't get caught up in other people's bullshit. The wife of noble character, Proverbs 31:1031 New International Version, NIV. Where are you going to find a good woman like this in this polluted modern world? I've seen interviews of women in Eastern Europe on the Rushv YouTube channel. They're polluted by capitalism like almost everybody everywhere. Asian girls are polluted by capitalism. Everybody sees all that crap on TV and wants some guy to pay their way and provide them a cool, comfortable, entertaining life. Muslim women are totally screwed up. They're off the table. Proverbs 31:10 A wife of noble character who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. 11 Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. 12 She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. 13 She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. 14 She is like the merchant ships, bringing her food from afar. 15 She gets up while it is still night. She provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. 16 She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings she plants a vineyard. 17 She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. 18. She sees that her trading is profitable, and her lamp does not go out at night. 19. In her hand she holds the distaff, and grasps the spindle with her fingers. 20. She opens her arms to the poor, and extends her hands to the needy. 21. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. 22. She makes coverings for her bed. She is clothed in fine linen and purple. 23. Her husband is respected at the city gate, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. 24. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies the merchants with sashes. 25. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. 26. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. 27. She watches over the affairs of her household, and does not eat the bread of idleness. 28. Her children arise and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. 29. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. 30. Charm is deceptive, and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. 31. Honor her for all that her hands have done, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. Why are some men not interested in sexual interaction with women? It's not natural to not want to have sex with women. Men are not pursuing sex with women for a number of reasons. Men want to make money and get a career. Women have been trained to be either evil feminists, uppity bitches, or pop culture queens. It's too hard to chase women for wimpy love and sex. The culture puts men down. The culture has feminized men. Is there estrogen in the water supply from birth control wimps? Society hypes up the gay agenda. Society tells men not to harass, stalk or abuse women. The easy access of porn. Men want to save their money and do their own thing, be it playing video games, hiking, etc. Chapter 5. Men's Dating Ideas 3. Is he or she attracted to me? Should I play it safe or make a move and risk rejection? There are obvious come-ons and subtle ones. If someone asks you for a drink, that means obvious interest. If someone looks deeply into your eyes and talks to you, that could be just some nerd talking to you. There is no exact science to knowing if someone fancies you. On top of that, people play at love. They lead people on and flirt with no intention of following through. You can read true attraction in body language and facial expression, but when you ask, people say no because maybe they're messed up, married or not monogamous by nature, so they don't want to start something that will end up doomed. You can use a go-between to find out if he's interested. The easiest way to lessen possible rejection is to invite a person out for something casual, like me and my friends are going to some bar or some place like that. Do you wanna come? Steps of the courtship dance. The steps of the courting dance are: first look. Eye contact longer than with normal people we're not attracted to. Smile. Talk or gesture. If the other person is attentive, it moves up a notch. If not, it's over. As potential lovers talk, their bodies gradually turn towards each other. They lean in and open their bodies. A light touch. More eye contact over the face and body. Synchronization, they move in synchronicity with each other. They imitate each other. It's not really this clear-cut because most of us don't come across stunningly beautiful people we're attracted to all the time, so you might see someone you like, then go through this courtship process in a half-assed manner, focusing more on the guy's ability as a breadwinner than his personality. When you talk, start off casually. Don't try too hard to force it. Notch up the intimacy little by getting more personal in talking about yourself. There's too much psychobabble out there for the courtship dance. If you sense someone likes you, you're fine as long as you're not arrogant about it. If you sense ambivalence, don't waste your time. Finding a mate/lover is about putting yourself out there. All single people who want love have to get out in public, be chatty, make moves. You will be rejected. Have a thick skin. Don't rely on dating websites. Find people who live near you. Go easy on social media because dates check. People you might date are going to check you out on social media. Truly cool people live their lives. They're not narcissist flakes posting a bunch of crap up online. I'm an older guy, but I don't think age has anything to do with it. Social media to me smacks of losers with nothing else to do posting a bunch of junk online to try to get likes, shares and followers. Shut the computer off and get a real life.